What have your first impressions of Rangers and Scottish football been then?
Obviously, walking in such a big club, so many expectations, good level, good quality all around. Been good so far.
How did you find the weekend, getting thrown in quite quickly after arriving?
Yeah, I'm happy obviously about my debut, but of course not happy with the results. Feel like Ibrox is a special place to make the debut, in front of all our fans. And also feel like even though we didn't win the game, I feel like there's a lot of positives that we can take for the game moving forward.
Is that a kind of like a bittersweet feeling where you're pleased personally and you've had a lot of praise for your performance, but it comes on another difficult day for the team, for the collective?
Yeah, like I'm saying, I'm happy with the debut, but disappointed with the results. So, we just have to find ways to win.
Olwethu, can you tell us a little bit about the move and why you decided that Rangers was the right next step for you in your career?
I feel like the conversation that we had, with the club, the plan that we had, with my agent, everyone felt as if, this is a good environment, for me to, come in and develop and just, keep on, growing as a player.
What were your conversations like with the manager, and why did he help convince you to make the step here?
Yeah, just, coming in, explaining to me that coming here I would be, an important player, in the back line, understanding that, there's the certain expectations and all that. So that conversation just kind of got me really interested to join the club.
Olwethu, can you tell us about your experiences in MLS and how did that prepare you for coming to Scotland, do you think?
At first when I moved into the MLS, my first season was really difficult, struggling to get game time, but I feel like, that hard moment or that phase, prepared me for the future, So as time went on, I started, growing as a player, learning from all the experiences. And I feel like because of, the hard and good times I had in the MLS, I'm a much better player now.
You've had some pretty incredible experiences playing some top players. I think I saw a clip of you and Lionel Messi having a wee sort of head-to-head at one point. What was that experience like for you, and how do you think that has helped improve you as a player?
For me, it was, unbelievable experience, because, everyone growing up, we look up to Messi as one of the greatest to ever play the game, so I never at any point in my life thought, I share a field with him. So I feel like that was a really good experience, and, encouraged me to just keep on going because, you can never know what can happen.
Well, out with your agent and your family, did you speak to before deciding to move to Rangers? Anyone else in the game, either in America or over here?
Yeah, of course, such things I like to discuss, with my family, and present the opportunity that is in front of me, and they're always there to support me, I told them how I feel about the opportunity, and, they will always support me.
And what have you learned, or what have you been told about the standard here compared to where you've come from?
Coming into the club, the first thing that I was told is that, winning is not everything. It's just the only thing expected, So to me, that just shows, how high the quality is, or the expectations within the club.
And are you someone who relishes that sort of pressure?
Yeah, of course, everyone works hard and we all want to win games.
Yeah. And European match tomorrow night, what have the players or anyone else told you here about European nights at Ibrox in terms of atmosphere and the occasion?
Yeah, they've told me, about all the expectations, and there's a lot of belief, within the group, and everyone understands, what's at stake tomorrow. So yeah.
Just talking about that, how crucial have you been told it is that the team do progress in this and get into the group stage of the Europa League?
Yeah, like I'm saying, it's very important, for us to win the game tomorrow. And they've obviously, communicated the importance of how the game is and what's at stake, as like a game that we need to win, in order to progress in the tournament.
You've mentioned the expectation quite a few times. I think it was the second word you said right at the start of the interview. And how surprised are you at the high level of expectation amongst the fans here now that you've seen a full Ibrox?
Yeah, expectations are really high. I won't lie. I was expecting, the fans to have like expectations on us as players and as a club, but yeah, like they're really high, and yeah, we just got to keep doing the job.
When you were growing up, was European football, was that always an ambition for you to play in Europe and test yourself against the best?
Yeah, of course, it's always been part of the dream, you know, since I was playing back home. It's a thing, even when I moved to the MLS, it's a thing that, you know, we communicated with my agent that, you know, maybe if we make a move to the MLS, it would give us the right exposure to Europe.